So chart of account plays a very important role in your bookkeeping, but most of the accountants they do is they use the standard chart of accounts which is available. They don't customize as per their requirement, but you should lay much emphasis and important on chart of accounts. And how you'll do that in a cloud-based ERP? Let's see that.
Okay, so let's understand and learn more about the chart of accounts. To have this understanding, I'm using Zoho Books for understanding, but most of the ERPs, cloud-based ERPs, follow same norms, typically in different format, shape, but the process remains same for all the ERPs and conceptually it remains the same. So this is Zoho Books, and this is a landing page for Zoho Books, which is a home page. And if you see on the left-hand side, there are a lot of items available, items, sales, purchase, time tracking, banking, compliance, accounting. So we'll just restrict ourselves to accounting first. And if you click on accountants, you can see there is an option available here, which is to click on chart of accounts. This is the standard chart of accounts which any ERP would have, and Zoho has the standard chart of accounts which is inbuilt. There is no compulsion to have your own chart of accounts, but as I made you understand, chart of account plays a very much important role in terms of how you do your bookkeeping, how data is captured in your ERP or accounting software where you can utilize the data for your reporting and analysis perspective. Now, Zoho has a lot of accounts available as standard, but if you see, this is account code 120100. This is something I have created for my company. Now, there is no set practice for account code, but normally what I do and mostly practice in the industry is they start the first number for an account code stands for how the nature of account would be. So I normally use one for assets, which includes fixed assets and current assets, and then two stands for liability, which is again split into equity, current liability, long-term liability. Three stands for starts for sales and revenue. Four stands for cost of goods sold or direct expenses. Five stands for indirect expenses or operating expenses, and then you can use five, six for indirect expenses, other incomes, taxes, so forth and so forth. So what you need to do is you have to get a set practice for your chart of accounts that would help you understand. So if you see this account 120, I know one stands for fixed assets and two stands for current assets. So I have fixed deposits less than 1 year. So it means it is a current asset. So one assets to current assets. So just looking at the account code, I can say this is a current asset account for me. So this is how you can do a nomenclature for their accounts. If you see, there are a lot of accounts, this office equipment, furniture and fixtures, computers, motor vehicle. And if you see, motor vehicle has two components, 10400, which is motor vehicle, and 110401, which is motor vehicle BMW. So normally this would categorize as 110400. That is a parent account, and vehicle is 110401 is your BMW. Let's say, for example, this is your computer. So all your computers, laptops, or your desktop within your company would be categorized under 110200. But you want to give uh, further bifurcation into laptops, desktops. So you can also do that. So how you can do that? You have to create one more account. So my computer starts with 110201. To add a new account, what you need to do is go to new, add a new account. I am adding a fixed deposit. I would like to name it computer desktop desktop, and I'll make this a sub account because I wanted this to be categorized under a computer account. If you don't want to categorize this in a computer account, or maybe you want to have some other like fixed assets in your company like land and building, so you can just create a land and building account and don't make it a sub account. Make it a parent account. So if I make it a sub account, I need to give a parent account categorization. For this, it is I can classify this under a fixed assets or maybe computer. In this case, it's a computer. So, and I'll give the account code 110201 probably or 210. It depends on how many codes you want to create. So if I want to create, let's say, three accounts, it gives me scope the 201 to 299. I can create under this subcategory. So I can have 99 more GLs for this. If I click on save, here we go. So you have computer and computer desktop. This is something what I was telling is in case your management wants a division or bifurcation between your fixed assets. I want what is how much desktop we have, how much laptop we have. Probably they are looking for a solution where they want to get away with all the desktop and looking for to buy all the laptops for the replacement for the desktop. So they want a list of all the desktop. So this would give you a list of desktop or the amount of desktop you have. Right. So this is where you would have the bifurcation readily available for any kind of data required by the management, stakeholders. So this is where it would help you. Now, when you start your company, if you go to a company and start your job as a bookkeeper, probably there would be already some ERPs implemented. They must be doing the bookkeeping. So what you can do is you can just go and add the accounts as per your requirement. But let's say you are starting a new company, you have been hired as an accountant for a new venture, bookkeeping, or for the founders. Now, in that case, adding GLs accounts manually is a very time-consuming activity. So you have to go create a chart of accounts in Excel, have a thought process, and then you have to add one by one manually in the ERP. But all ERPs give you an option, and but you have to explore that in ERP, where there may be a different options available, but there the feature is that you can only upload the accounts. So Zoho also gives you this feature. So what you can do is, if you see these three dots available here, click on that. If you see this one option available, import chart of accounts, so you have to import chart of accounts, which would be in a specific format. So you have to go and upload in a specific format. There's already a sample file given. So if you see, there would be certain columns. So maybe an account code, account name, parent account. If it's a parent account, you have to give the parent account name, and then you can upload the same file once you have all your chart of accounts in that specific format. You can go and upload that file. I have already created one file, which is this one, chart of accounts. If I click on this, open, it would ask me to remove. I don't want to remove because I want to use this file only. And if I click on next, it would give me an error because I've already created a chart of account for my company. So it would be I have not used override. So it would still give me an error because it's a duplication. So that these accounts will not be created. But if you're starting your company as a fresh, you would have this option where you would can migrate or you can add all the GL accounts or the chart of accounts in one go. So this would help you in adding the chart of accounts in one go. I'll just cancel this to this chart of accounts. Apart from this, there is a normal practice, or I would suggest you guys, once you do this chart of accounts, you have to completely go through this, that what would be the requirement in the future. Like I've given chart of accounts like computers. Computers is bifurcated in desktops and laptops. Maybe now you are not having this option, but let's say some years down the line or few months down the line, you realize, no, I want management is constantly asking for me for a list of assets split between desktop and laptop, and I have to do this exercise manually each month. So then you can create a computer desktop and computer laptop. That's why you have to completely go through this. That I use these GL codes in a way that if somewhere down the line I would like to add few more GLs and make it a parent account, I can do so. So give it a proper thought when you kind of add any of the GL in your chart of accounts. I would suggest at least one day give a complete thorough observation or analysis to what of chart accounts the company would require. Let's say, for example, revenue is split into multiple operations, 3-1. So in my company, it's like Sales India. Sales India is in bookkeeping and CFO services. Sales UK is into bookkeeping and CFO services. So I want split between India and UK. I have that. I want split between bookkeeping and CFO. I have that. So this is something I've created for my company. But every company would have its unique services or a production products. So that would be very different from each other. So give a complete go through, understand the business, and just understand what would be the requirement that you should would be coming in future for you guys. And that way you can help to understand what sort of chart of accounts you should create for the company, which would help you to do a better bookkeeping. For now, this is all on the chart of accounts. For such more tips and understanding on the ERP, accounting, and Excel, do follow our page and do enroll for a course which is already live on LLMS, which is help you to understand and connect the dots between the practical accounting, ERPs, and Excel. Thank you for now.